Hello everybody, Blade from the Hidden Blade channel here. So we all know FNAF, right? Arguably one of the most impressive indie games of all time that sparked 6 total games, a VR game, an AR game, and a buggy mess. Well, being one of the most recognizable video game series ever, clearly you need merchandise. Plushies, figures, other knickknacks. So give the license to one of the most popular figure manufacturers, Funko, who make the Funko Pop line of figures that go for a variety of things. And what's the next step after that, you may ask? Well, of course, mess them up. We'll start with the plushies. Some of these, like Helpy and Glitch Trap, look fine, but when you look at some of them, well, quality kinda gets thrown out the window. But listen, plushies like FNAF 1 Foxy and FNAF 2 Toy Freddy, these ones are okay. You just have to hope and pray that you don't get a bad one. Because there's a 50-50 chance you get a lovable one, or you could get ones that look like they were made by off-brands. I mean, this stuff is official. I don't know what authority Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, had over all of these merch lines, but I don't think that the quality was instated like the quality he has shown to his franchise. For instance, the FNAF movie script was rewritten 9 times. That is at least an hour-and-a-half long script each time. And he did a large chunk of each one of those. That is not something you do for fun. He really loves and cares about this franchise. He deleted the first version of FNAF World because of all the bugs and glitches. But yet the quality wasn't instated to the merch, which is gonna arguably represent a lot of your franchise. But let's go over each plush, shall we? But before we do that, it seems like you're enjoying this video so far, so subscribe, okay? Now let's get into it. Now if I don't mention one of the plushies, it is because they're fine and I don't really have anything interesting to say on them, or they're too boring for me to even really care to talk about. And let's get started. Chica is looking into the void angrily, and Toy Bonnie is looking more like El Chip with those teeth. Toy Chica, who looks very off with those toes and very stubby arms. The puppet looks like its face is made out of duct tape. And fun fact, it was originally listed as Nightmare Marionette. Spring Chap with a grin from ear to half an ear. Phantom Foxy, laziness at its finest with a very basic recolor that looks like they puked on it. Nightmare Foxy, who looks like he's seen some stuff. Then we get to the sister location with Circus Baby, Ballora, and Ennard having some weird, what I'm gonna coin as beanbag designs. I mean, these animatronics are supposed to be big, wide, meant to capture kids in them in the games. So why did you make them slim and bottom heavy? It is kind of a shame that Circus Baby didn't get a re-release later because you have 2 Circus Baby plush designs. You have Scrap Baby from the VR games, Plush Circus Baby from the VR game. Exotic Butters, which Funko makes a lot of figures and or plushes with these. It's not that interesting, and it was a funny gag in the game, but it's very overused for the merchandise. Another beanbag with Beanbag Balloon Boy, with Wave 4 Twisted Ones, and Wave 5 Pizzeria Simulator. They did really, really good. Messed it up again with Wave 6 Security Breach. Freddy looks lost, Roxanne looks bored and sleepy, Chica looks like she just tried coffee for the first time, and Vanny isn't a cool or interesting design. I guess Monty's alright, but he doesn't even have eyes, which is the main factor that screws all of these up. And then Wave 7, Curse of Dreadbear, we did really good again. And then Blacklight Security Breach, which isn't interesting. Give us new and original designs. Like, give us a Staff Bot plush. I know that's unrealistic, but still, give us something interesting. Or hey, maybe give us those Endobots. Or a Sun and Moon plush that's not included in Collector's Edition that costs lots of money. Wave 8 and 9 are fine, nothing terrible, but that's basically where we are right now. But like I said, Funko makes Funko Pop. So let's look at some of these. The Funko Pop circle eyes with no pupils don't really work great. Pig Patch and Nightmare Chica are suffering from the multicolored eyes, which, unlike the plushies, Funko made really good sister location Funkos, probably some of the best of this line. I especially like Funtime Freddy. I think that blacked out eyes work really well here. For some reason on Withered Bonnie they made the eyes white and not red, which would have worked much better and stayed true to its original design. I really like the Lulbit one with the creative design and the head works well. I think that we should end this off with a very odd set of most recent line of figures. FNAF snaps are terrible. All of these figures aren't interesting at all. The rooms are cool, but who cares about the main figures? For some reason, Funko really has a hate for Toy Bonnie. I mean, look at this.
There's a new employee at Freddy's. You. New 5 Nights at Freddy's snaps.
They wander around at night, snapping off parts.
Mix, match, snap, and scan. Five Nights at Freddy's snaps. Figures and playsets each sold separately.
What was that? First of all, why does it use the Security Breach title theme? It has a narrator, which I'm guessing is trying to mimic first 3 FNAF games' phone guy, but the voice doesn't sound remotely close, and the filter they tried to add didn't work at all. It's so brief you don't even notice it, and the line isn't even referencing anything inside of the game. Who thought we should make figures of a horror game, but you can take them apart and use customization on them? These characters have set designs. They have literal, like, this is what this character looks like. There's a guide for this. We know what they look like. Why would I want to customize my own FNAF figures when these comes in packs where you either get one in a room, or 2 of them that don't look close at all? The rooms themselves, though, I really like these. The back of the box to the party room and the storage room, they advertise connecting to sets, which is basic but neat. You could basically build your own FNAF 1 pizzeria. I don't know why they call the storage room. This is clearly parts and service. I do like for the storage room where you can put the leftover faces on the endoskeletons on the walls, because you're supposed to be able to customize the faces, which that's a common issue I have for just general figures that have parts that you can take on and off. I know that this entire video has basically just been me ranting and whining, but I really want to see this franchise get better quality merch. Like, go buy some Sanchi plushies. They get restocked every once in a while. There's some really good high quality FNAF ones there, so just check that place out. I don't think that Funko really deserves the line after this. This is not the first video about people whining about FNAF merch. And it's not gonna be the last either, because FNAF staffs still haven't even released yet. So it's just gonna be a lot of pain and suffering with Funko until they finally figure it out. Which, like I mentioned, at a point they knew what they were doing, and then they released the FNAF Security Breach line and somehow messed it all up again. Which I don't think it's really that difficult when they had a good style going on. They had the FNAF 7 Curse of Dreadbear. The Dreadbear was really good. Pirate Foxy looked great. For Wave 5 Pizzeria Simulator, we had Helpy, El Chip. Like, they actually tried there. They knew what they were doing, and then they had to go mess it up again. But yeah, like I said, I don't think we're gonna get much better out of Funko. So thank you for watching. This has been Blade from the Hidden Blade channel. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye.